Chevy with the top back. Butterfly doors, watch them flutter when I stop that. Lean in my palm, ain't no way I'll ever drop that. Stains dripping on the road, you can mop that. Drop that, 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 drop that. Stains dripping on the road.
What's up guys, Chick with Team Tactical, coming to another special red dot review. Today we're looking at the Zulisy Oak C. Now this is a red dot that was actually sent out to us by Zulisy for testing evaluation. They know that anytime we get free stuff we tend to beat the living piss out of it, and that's not going to be any different today. We do this because we want to make sure that the stuff you buy that's budget friendly like this is actually worth your time, and more importantly your hard-earned money. So today we are going to actually go over all the specs and features of this particular red dot, zero it, fire it, test it out, and then we're going to properly beat the piss out of it to see if it can actually hold zero after said torture test, or if it survives for that matter. I don't know. Already looking kind of thin up here up top, but you know what? That's okay. That's what we're here for. And after drop testing it, we're going to go ahead and fire it again and see if it still holds zero after all that abuse. Let's see how she does. Guys, before we continue, I just want to be real with you. Doing these kind of videos, it's not cheap. While I get the red dot for free, I'm still buying ammo. So if you want to help support the channel in the most fun, direct way possible, check out some of our merch. We now have our own official line of merch, only found at phattac.com. When designing merch like this, I wanted to kind of make it low key to where like it wouldn't be obviously pro Second Amendment, because I don't want to paint a target on your back. Something like this is kind of like, if you know, you know. And if you don't know, it's still a cool design as well. Phattac.com, check it out. You can also find great holsters, red dots, and all kinds of cool stuff on there. We really, really appreciate it. All right, so first order of business is going to actually be zero the red dot, make sure we're actually on target. All right, so going over all the special features of the Zulisy Oak C. This is actually a green dot, not a red dot. It actually has a 3 MOA dot in the middle of a 24 MOA circle. Now I have to say, having that circle actually makes it a whole lot easier to find the actual center of where your point of impact is. Now, is it as big as the Vulcan ACSS red dots that you see from Holosun? No, it's not that big, but it's big enough to where it actually does help without being a little bit over encumbering. It features 10 different brightness settings, 8 of which are going to be for your daylight use and 2 of which are going to be for night vision. Now with those different brightness settings, the battery life will vary depending on how bright you have it. At the highest brightness setting, you're looking at roughly about 4,000 hours of battery life, whereas on the lowest brightness setting, you could get up to about 50,000 hours. On top of that, it does feature shake awake technology, or rather their version that they use that's similar to shake awake technology, where essentially if you set this down somewhere on the side, it'll actually turn off for you after a few minutes until you once again pick it up, and then it'll come back on for you and maintain the same brightness thing that you had before. Also, just because I know someone's going to say something, we are clear there, as you can see, empty, all that good stuff. Yeah, pretty low. I'll actually turn this brightness down, see if I can help. Still super low. Now this green dot runs off of a CR1632 battery, and you'll see here that's actually housed, if I can get my camera focused there, that is where your battery goes right there. It just uses a simple little hex tool that they give you to take that off. Very nice, because that means you don't have to actually take off the whole optic to replace the battery. It is open and mirror, of course, and there are your 2 screws to actually mount the red dot. Now this red dot is actually an RMR footprint, so if your slide is cut for RMR, much like our PSA dagger here, then you can just mount directly to your actual slide without having to use a plate or anything like that. Now up top here, you'll see you've got your elevation and your windage on the side here. Those are 1 MOA adjustments, which for a pistol red dot like this, totally fine. In addition, you've also got these little bunny ears looking like that. You see that? Those actually serve a purpose to where they can essentially serve as a rear sight for you if you happen to, for some reason, not have your rear sights. Now, is that going to affect your point of impact? Probably. Let's be honest here. It may not be exactly on point like it was with the original rear sight, but it's something in case your battery dies or your glass breaks or something like that. Of course, this is shockproof, waterproof, all that good stuff, and yes, we are going to essentially beat the piss out of it to make sure that it can withhold everyday carry and more. Had a little bit of trouble getting that zero. Let's kind of giving me a little bit of trouble. Let's keep trying. They give you two rubberized buttons here to adjust your brightness. And on this side, there's your minus to lower the brightness. And you can actually hold that down to actually turn off the red dot if you wish. Now, one thing to take note of with this particular green dot, I keep calling it red dot, but it's a green dot, is that that reticle cannot be changed. It's just a dot and a circle around it. That's just kind of how it is. Now, of course, they give you a bunch of different stuff in the box. You get a bunch of different screws and different little wrenches and stuff to make adjustments. One cool thing that Zulisy always includes in their box is a little plate for mounting it onto a pick rail. So you'll see this side here is RMR cut, so you can mount your red dot and then put it directly onto a pick rail like an AR or MP5 or whatever else you might have. So it's nice that they actually include them with every red dot. Also, you could just use this for any RMR cut red dot. It doesn't have to be a Zulisy. You can get Sun, Sealy, or Trigicon for that matter and still use this. Let me try headshots. Okay, I think I got zeroed. I was using the corners, like the bottom left corner, top left corner, trying to get a zero, and it was just all over the place. Finally, after I felt like I got zeroed properly, I went ahead and started doing headshots there. And you can see, I mean, it's pretty spot on now. It just took a while of getting it just right how I wanted it. So we should be good now. Behold, the tree of damnation. We're gonna actually take the red dot and give it some good proper smacks against this tree, against all angles of the red dot, and see if it loses zero. So far, the optic is still fine. Got some trade juice on here, but other than that, it looks like it's still 100% just fine, as long as it holds zero. Not bad. I am hitting center mass, I'll show you that. So this is my rubber target at roughly about 10 yards or so, and you can see pretty much center mass for all the shots except for our one or two flyers down below there. So overall though, it looks pretty solid. Okay, so we have my brick of damnation here, as you can see. Don't know why I'm wearing ear pro, but my iPhone setup here in slow motion to capture in real time damage that occurs. Gun's empty, okay? Gun's empty, but let's take a fully loaded mag, place it in, nothing in the chamber, and we're just going to drop test it over and over again and see if see how she does. About chest high. 3, 2, 1. Ooh, that was a good impact. 3. Oh. I'm starting to see, it could be the glass separating, or it could be a small hairline crack along the edge here where the glass connects to the metal aluminum there. Get a nice zoom in there, look at that, yeah. Nice and zoomed in, yeah. All right, so there is the housing. As you can see, aluminum housing has been hit thoroughly and dropped. The glass appears to be fine. Check it out. Now I'm going to show you that one spot that I was talking about, and it's going to be hard for me to focus on it, but I'll try my best. Oh my God, there's a yellow jacket. If I angle it just right, you can kind of make out that little bit of hairline crack along the edge there. It kind of runs parallel to the actual edge of the glass, but that's not where the actual edge of the glass is. That's the only sign I see of actual crack or breaking or anything like that in the entire optic. See that? It's just on this edge right there. Other than that though, it seems like it's okay. Let's shoot it and see if it still holds zero. Let's hope for the best. Okay, I'll take it. These shots were taken after I hit the tree earlier. These are the shots we just took just now. I was aiming right here, but my shots were a little bit down here. Definitely a little bit of drop, but I mean, considering we just literally dropped it on the break over and over again, I'll take that. Now, the last thing I really like about this optic is the price. It actually comes in just under $100 on Amazon, which I think for a pistol optic is insane. It's hard to find stuff around that price point. They exist. A lot of times when you buy optics around that price point, especially for a handgun, it's usually going to end up losing zero. The fact that you can get this for just under 100 bucks and it actually holds up decently well, I'll say that's a win. All right, so what do I think about the Zulisy Oak C? Well, I think for the price you pay, you definitely get a lot of bang for your buck. We're talking about a green dot with a large MOA circle with shake awake technology, waterproof, shockproof, obviously. That's RMR footprint for $100. Now, the only gripe I really have about this is that the circle actually kind of gets in the way a little bit. That's just more of a me preference thing. When I was first zeroing, I actually had to turn the brightness down all the way close to those night vision levels, just so I could see my target behind it and kind of see exactly where my shots are going. Again, that could be just a me thing. It could be due to the lighting out here in the wilderness. Not really sure, but I actually found the circle around the dot to be a little bit distracting. Some people really enjoy it though, and I think honestly just getting that target acquisition outside of zeroing, I think you'll actually really benefit from having that larger 24 MOA circle. I'm just saying for actually zeroing it for the first time, it was a little distracting for me. So yeah, overall, I really like it. Special thanks again to Zulisy for sending this out to us. We really do appreciate it. I think if you're looking for a pistol dot and you're maybe you just don't have a lot of money to spend, you want to get something just to try out and see how she does, then this is a good choice for you. I like it, and I think you will like it too. Guys, that's going to wrap it there. If you enjoy this kind of content, make sure to like, subscribe, comment down below. What do you think about the Zulisy Oak C? Love to hear from you. We will see you next time. Help without being a little bit over encumbering. Oh shit, if I don't drop the damn gun on me.